system's got to go. Prison system's got to go.
Hey, ho ho!
Prison system's got to go. Ho ho! Prison system's got to go. Ho ho! Prison system's got to go. Hey, hey! Ho ho! Prison system's got to go. Hey, hey! Ho ho! The prison system's got to go. Hey, hey! Ho ho! The prison system's got to go. Hey, hey! Ho ho! The prison system's got to go. Hey, hey! Did you see anything? Ho ho! The prison system's got to go. Hey, hey! Ho ho! Right. The prison system's got to go. Hey, hey! Ho ho! The prison system's got to go. Ho ho! The prison system's got to go. Hey, hey! Ho ho! The prison system's got to go. Ho ho! 3 strikes has got to go. Hey, hey! Ho ho! 3 strikes has got to go. Hey, hey! Ho ho!
Police, prison, in jail! Put jail, in jail! Police, prison, in jail! Put jail, in jail! Police, prison, did fail! No prison, no 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 jail!
All right, how about locking up people who's torture? Tear down the walls.
The prison system's racist! Hey, face it! The prison system's racist! Hey, face it! The prison system's racist!
Hey, let's face it, the prison system's racist.
Hey, let's face it, the prison system's racist. Hey, let's face it, the prison system's racist. Hey, let's face it, the prison system's racist. Hey, let's face it, the prison system's racist. Hey, let's face it, the prison system's racist. Hey, let's face it, the prison system's racist. Hey, let's face it, the prison system's racist. Hey, let's face it, the prison system's racist.
Hey, let's face it! The prison system's racist!
Hey, let's face it,
The prison system's racist!
hey, let's face it.
Cool, I'll call you right now. Did you get my email with just all that together?
Hey, let's face it, the prison system's racist.
Hey, let's face it! The prison system's racist! Hey, let's face it! The prison system's racist! Hey, let's face it! The prison system's racist!
Say hell no!
They say death row!
We 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 say hell no!
They say death row! We say hell no! They say death row! We say hell no! They say death row! We say hell no! They say death row! We say hell no! They say death row! We say hell no! They say death row!
We say hell no!
They say death row!
The prison state has got to go!
Hey, hey! Ho, ho!
The prison state has got to go!
Hey, hey! Ho, ho!
The prison slavery's got to go!
Hey, hey! Ho, ho!
Prison slavery's got to go!
Build the world for all! Build a world for all!
Tear down the walls!
Prison slavery's got to go! Hey, hey, ho, ho! Prison slavery's got to go! Hey, hey, ho, ho! Prison slavery's got to go! Hey, hey, ho, ho! Prison slavery's got to go! Hey, hey, ho, ho! Prison slavery's got to go! Hey, hey, ho, ho! Prison slavery's got to go! Hey, hey, ho, ho! Prison slavery's got to go! Hey, hey, ho, ho! Prison slavery's got to go! Hey, hey, ho, ho! Prison slavery's got to go! Hey, hey, ho, ho! Prison slavery's got to go! Hey, hey, ho, ho! Prison slavery's got to go! Hey, hey, ho, ho! Prison slavery's got to go!
Hey, hey, ho, ho!
Prison slavery's got to go!
Hey, hey, ho, ho!
Prison slavery's got to go!
Hey, hey, ho, ho!
Prison slavery's got to go!
Hey, hey, ho, ho!
Prison slavery's got to go!
Hey, hey, ho,
Prison slavery's got to go!
hey, hey, ho, ho!
Prison slavery's got to go!
Hey, hey, ho, ho!
Prison slavery's got to go!
Hey, hey, ho, ho!
Prison slavery's got to go!
Hey, hey.
Come on over and join us. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. We would like to start a speak out over here by the grass. The prisoners can still see us. Please come over here. We have a little stage and a little microphone. Please come closer. You can fill this space. Thank you. Want to start?
It is indeed an honor to be speaking at a gathering such as this. Now, as we know, the ruling class has their definition of things, and we have our definition. They have their definition of what a crime is, and we have our definition. I call this the United States of criminal insanity. The people who are running it and the people who are their financial and intellectual prostitutes are all criminals. We are the victims of the biggest criminal system in world history. The people inside there are victims. They are not criminals. They're victims of a sick society that they grew up in. If they would have grown up in a much healthier environment, they wouldn't be in there. And this country has a history of crime dating back to its founding. Every single president of this country was a criminal and is a criminal, from George Washington to Barack Obama. George Washington presided over a country that had over 700,000 slaves of African ancestry. And if you think that was not a crime, then you need some education. He presided over a system that was also sexist. Women were not allowed to vote except on maybe 5 or 10 occasions, and in 1807 they took away the vote from all of them. So the first criminal presided over a system that was racist, sexist, and class oppressive. And that has continued, and today is President's Day. So what two presidents? George Washington and Abraham Lincoln. Both criminals, and most people are not aware of that. So I already gave some of George Washington's crimes. Lincoln never freed a single slave in his entire life. He was not against slavery. The Republican Party came into existence in 1854 to defend the capitalist system. The Democratic Party was for the slave system. It used to be called the Democratic Republican Party. In 1828, under the election of Andrew Jackson, they dropped Republican, became Democratic Party. And the capitalists were growing as a class in the North, so they needed a political representation for their views, and that's why the Republican Party came into existence, and Lincoln supported that. And Lincoln gave orders for the lynching of more people than any other person in American history. In 1862, the Sioux Indians in Minnesota were fighting against militias that was trying to take in their land. And they were defeated by the militia. And they wanted to lynch all of them. And Lincoln said, no, there's two different versions. One he said lynch 300 out of 900. Another one said he said lynch, I think, about 30 or 40. But either way, he gave orders for the lynching of more people. And then he was also giving away land to people that was stolen from the indigenous inhabitants. So this country has a history of crime going all the way back, the invasions, the taking over more than half of Mexico, but they didn't go to jail for it. And the lynching, the burning alive of black people in this country. Who went to jail for that, for burning alive? They were closed. Churches would let their congregation out to see that burning. And this has continued in so many ways until today. And then we have Mumia Abu-Jamal and Leonard Peltier, victims of a criminal system. A criminal system that killed about 600,000 Filipinos during the invasion of the Philippines. A criminal system that is targeting people to assassinate around the world, even just on suspicion. This is a crime. We have to have our definition of crime. They have their definition. We have to have our definition of education. The schools are designed to control the minds and make you into mental prisoners. The mass media, all of that. So we have to help to free people from physical incarceration and try to prepare them so that they won't be mentally incarcerated when they get out. Because the mental incarceration is the biggest type of incarceration in this criminal society. Minds. I have a relative of mine that has 2 PhDs and 3 master's degrees, and he's under the illusion that he has been educated. No, indoctrinated. Your mind has been had. Now, if there's another speaker, okay, but if not, this big mouth will carry on for 2 or 3 more minutes. Is there somebody else? Thank you.
Thank you, Kwame. So, we have a number of other folks here who wanted to speak out. So next I'm going to welcome Layla Al-Aryan from the Free Tariq Mahana campaign. Please give her a warm welcome.
Hey everyone. My name is Layla Murad, and I'm from the Tariq Mahana Support Committee, and also from Jericho, New England, Jericho, Boston. I'm going to be saying just a few words because Tariq Mahana's brother is on his way and we'll be giving you a little bit more information. But Tariq Mahana is a Muslim man from the Boston area who was just convicted on December 20th this past year. Convicted on terrorism-related charges for his political views and for his refusal to become an informant in the Muslim community. His sentencing is coming up on April 12th this year, and so we're mobilizing everyone to come out to the courthouse, be there, pack the courts. On our large court, the big court days, we've packed 3 courtrooms. We're hoping to pack 4. So we hope that you'll all be out there. Tamara will be saying more, but I just want to say I came from the National Jericho meeting this past weekend, and it really made me think we have to fight for, we got to be fighting for Tariq, of course, and all those brothers and sisters who are going in today, but we can't forget those brothers and sisters who have been in there for 30, 40 years. Political prisoners or not, so we got to keep fighting. It's really good to see this happening. That's it.
All power to the people.
All power to the people.
It's good to see so many people, and I want to thank you for inviting me down here to say a few words. My name's Kazi Toure, and I'm a former political prisoner. I work with Jericho, Boston, and Jericho, New England, which we are just starting to formulate. And I'm working on my brother's campaign and how the 3 strikes bills affects people who locked up in Massachusetts doing life sentences. There's no parole. no parole. My brother went to prison when he was 18 years old, and he's been in prison over 40 years. He's going in 41 years. So they're just taking people's lives here. You know, even when change is seen, they still taking people's lives. They still want to keep people locked up. This system is based on nothing but white supremacy, and they brought people here in the bottom of them ships.
That's right.
Prisoners here that formulate this country, who built this country. Now it's nothing but a house of prisons.
That's right.
It's a nation of prisons. We have more people locked up in this country than other countries around the world. I mean, we have over 65 million felony convictions, felonies walking around outside. We have 2.5 million people locked up inside. And as far as the Constitution goes, last time I checked, they said slavery was abolished, with the exception is if you committed a felony. So, I mean, we kind of worked our way right back to it. A lot of people want to call it the new Jim Crow, but I think it's just a new form of slavery. And people should call it what it is and stop ducking the racism.
That's right.
Because most of the people that's locked up are black and brown. I mean, that's just the way it is. And then there's poor white people, right? There's no rich people in jail,
That's right.
right?
That's right.
So, I mean, you can do it for yourself, right?
That's right.
But
Tell 'em
I
about
just
your-
want to end this with,
Talk about your brother.
yeah, I just want to end this with, you know, this whole 3 strikes bill is, I think Bobby coined it, a cop killer bill. It came in because Sinelli killed the cop. First they fired the whole parole board, then they brought in this bill. Well, I mean, Sinelli killed the cop and the cop killed Sinelli. So it should have been the end of it. There shouldn't be no collective punishment involved here, that they want to punish everybody that's got a life sentence. The other thing is, I don't see collective punishment going down on the cops. You know, I mean, there was 6 state troopers arrested since April. The last one for he said, I will kill you, right? It's a state trooper. It was in the Globe. I mean, he said, I will kill you, right? And I didn't see the governor fire the whole state police department or the whole SWAT unit when they kicked in that dude's door in Framingham and shotgunned him to death. You know, it wasn't any collective punishment of the SWAT units. They weren't fired. But time someone like a former prisoner goes out and gets into something, then they want to punish everybody. Well, we can't allow it to happen. And the only people that's going to stop it is the people. You know, we're the only ones that can stop this. You know, we allow this to go on, then we got nobody to blame but ourselves. You know? All right? So I'm out. Oh, one other thing.
Don't bite your brother.
Okay. I thought I did, but I'll do it a little slower. My brother's gone up for parole 4 times. He got a favorable decision, a 3-3 tie in 2002, and in 2004, he got a 4-3 favorable decision under Romney. The parole board said let him go. Romney wouldn't sign it. He wouldn't commute the sentence because he was running for president, playing politics with people's lives. The next time he goes up is 2007, and he got a unanimous decision from the parole board. They said let him go. Deval Patrick wouldn't sign it. He wouldn't sign it. He's playing politics because one of the family members said that they opposed his release, even though they said that he was a changed person. He's not the same person, but we still want to see him locked up. What is that about? The Department of Corrections has, as its platform, we believe in rehabilitation. Well, if somebody's jumped through all the hoops that you put up, and you know they put a lot of hoops for you to jump through and loops, and you complete all the criteria that they ask for, then you have to give them what the reward is at the end. But that doesn't happen here. That doesn't happen here, and I don't know what we're going to do, but we need to get busy, or there's going to be a lot more people locked up in Massachusetts, and if 3 strikes goes through, they'll probably bring in privatization, and then they're not governed by the same regulations as in the laws that the state of Massachusetts has, so there'll be a lot more brutality, a lot more torture, a lot more crime, a lot more punishment, a lot of more people dying. So we need to get busy to stop it. And I want to thank you people for coming out, and I hope that you will reach some of your friends, and we'll build this movement and take it to the State House, and maybe we'll have to occupy it, all part of the people.
Hey, hey, ho, ho, the prison system's got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, the prison system's got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, the prison system's got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, the prison system's got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, the prison system's got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, the prison system's got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, the prison system's got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, the prison system's got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, the prison system's got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, the prison system's got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, the prison system's got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, the prison system's got to go. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming out. We have a wonderful special guest, Mr. Lando from Ocupemos El Barrio. Please give him a warm welcome. Woo! Hey, everybody! All right, my name is Lando. I'm with Ocupemos El Barrio, and we share the same issues that a lot of the people in the African-American community have to go through. We are incarcerated at a higher rate than comparably than other groups of people, and we're targeted constantly through the program of secure communities, through the deportation machinery that's been set up by the justice system. Okay, so, but there's one thing that's very important that all of us share, whether all the people that are in prison, they have rights, okay? They have a right to be treated fairly. They have a right not to be in overcrowded prisons. Right. They have a right to vote. They are citizens too, and they are serving the sentences. They do have the right to vote. So when I say prison rights, you say human rights. Ready? Prison rights. Human rights. Prisoner rights. Human rights. Prisoners' rights. Human rights. Prisoners' rights. Human rights. Prisoners' rights. Human rights. All right, everybody, and it's not just prisoners. The people out there are the 1% are trying to take away rights from everybody. They start with the prisoners. They don't let them vote. That's something that's going on in other states, and we need to stand firm. We need to keep pressing the issue that they do have rights. They need to be treated fairly. They're human people. You know, they're human beings. All right. Another thing that they want to take away from us is our civil rights. The Latino community, the immigrant community, are constantly being assailed by cops who stop people on the road without just on the mere suspicion, and they start processing them for deportations. A lot of these people are American citizens. A lot of these people are legal residents getting deported. Okay, this is a system that it puts people in prison first and then asks questions later, and then maybe you'll get a chance to get an answer, but no, not the time. The process is really messed up. So we need to get back and demand our civil rights. Demands to be, for people to, like, if we're going to be searched, that people have a probable cause for search. We can't just be like stopping the streets like that. It happens to African Americans, it happens to Latinos, happens to Arabs too. Guys, a bunch of stuff that we need to talk about, but basically we need to press this issue. We need to come out to the prisons a lot more and demand fairness. All right, so fight the power, guys. We need to stick with this for a long time and keep pressing on, okay? Thank you, Lando. Money for jobs and education, not for mass incarceration. Money for jobs and education, not for mass incarceration. Money for jobs and education, not for mass incarceration. Money for jobs and education, not for mass incarceration. Money for jobs and education, not for mass incarceration. Money for jobs and education, not for mass incarceration. Money for jobs and education, not for mass incarceration. Money for jobs and education, not for mass incarceration. Money for jobs and education, not for mass incarceration. Money for jobs and education, not for mass incarceration. Thank you, everybody. So, as many of you have noticed, there are some signs that folks have put up that say things like free us and help. And so I think the fact that we're out here is very, very important.
Up there, there's a 99%.
99% sign is up there as well. It's on this side, so if you're over there, you might not see it. I wanted to bring up our next speaker, special guest, Selma Abu Ayash. Please give her a warm welcome.
Hi everyone. Actually, my son Giacomo would like to say a couple of brief words before I start.
Go, Giacomo! Yeah, Giacomo!
Thanks. My name is Jack Mamelia, and not only does the U.S. government make unequal rights to us, they also support unequal rights in Palestine. Children from 12 to the ages 12 to 18, some even of lesser age, get arrested, not even arrested, there's no court even, for no apparent reason other than throwing stones and resisting the Israeli government who's oppressing them. It's good to resist.
Thank you, Giacomo. So, as Giacomo mentioned, the reason I wanted to speak today is because there's a prisoner named Khadr Adnan who has been in administrative detention for 65 days in Israeli prisons, and he's also been on hunger strike for 65 days, which may remind some of you of Bobby Sand and other prisoners who perished in prison in protest for their illegal detention and illegal imprisonment. So I urge you to go online and look up Khadr Adnan and try to support his cause. The reason why we're talking here is also because the United States government actually, we pay $800 million a day to support Israeli apartheid and Israeli prison systems. We are very connected to the oppression that is there. And just like the prison systems are here to basically destroy all the work of the civil rights movements and to create another form of slavery through the prison system, Israeli prison systems are there to oppress Palestinians and to enact apartheid and to continue to colonize them and break them. As Giacomo mentioned, there are children, Palestinian children that are in Israeli jail from ages 12 to 18. They're extracted in the middle of the night from their beds, taken into prison for merely throwing stones or sometimes for nothing at all. Today in the Guardian newspaper, there's a special report on Israeli on Palestinian children in prison. If you Google cell 39, cell 36, and the Guardian newspaper, you will hear two witness accounts from Palestinian children that are talking about being in solitary confinement at age 16 in a cell that is 1 by 2 meters long, with sometimes deprivation of food, torture, threat of sexual assault, and threat of harming their families, coerced to admit to crimes they've never committed by fear and oppression. So as a Palestinian, I stand here in solidarity with you, and I hope that you'll come also to support our struggle to end Israeli oppression and to abolish prison systems everywhere. Thank you very much.
Free Palestine!
Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free
After Ricardo. So we gotta Free Palestine. We have a speaker to talk next about the situation facing the Cuban Five. Please put your hands together in a warm welcome for Ricardo Ortiz.
Thank you very much. I'm a member of the People of Color Caucus, the Socialist Caucus, and a founding member of the Frente Socialista de Puerto Rico. As you know, the United States not only imprisons people that are considered quote-unquote common criminals. They also imprison fighters for liberation or opponents of this imperialist, capitalist country. Right here in the federal penitentiaries, there are 5 Cuban prisoners that were arrested only because they were doing a duty of defending the country against incursions of the United States government against the country of Cuba. These prisoners have been given these length sentences while blue-collar criminals are out there like the politicians that run this country. There is also Leonard Peltier, the courageous Native American, the Puerto Rican 4. So this country has political prisoners. It has it in Guantanamo Bay, in like people in Iraq. This country has a history of crimes internationally. More than 1.5 million people killed in Vietnam, 1 million people killed in the Philippines, and the list goes on. And these wars and invasions are gone a lot of times under the watch of the so-called Friends of People, the Democratic Party, which is a party of the rich too. It's a party of the capitalist class. They are not friends of people. This system had Halliburton and the whole military industrial complex now has the industrial prisoner complex. I want to just live right here, and I want to thank you and fight against capitalists and all types of oppressions. Thank you.
Free the Cuban 5! Free the Cuban 5! Free the Cuban 5! Free the Cuban 5! Free the Cuban 5!
Free all political prisoners! Free all political prisoners! Free all political prisoners!
Free all political prisoners! Freedom for Leonard Pierre! Freedom for Leonard Pierre! Freedom for Leonard Pierre!
Free Mumia! Free Mumia!
Free Mumia!
Free Mumia!
Free Mumia!
Free Mumia!
Free Mumia!
So next up we have from an organization called Black and Pink, a very special person. Please put your hands together for Reed Miller.
Thank you so much. How's everybody doing? All right, when I'm done, we're going to do a little power fist in solidarity with the folks inside over there.
Yeah.
All right. So my name is Reed Miller. I'm a queer man, I'm a transgender man, and I organize with a little volunteer group called Black and Pink here in Boston. We are out to do 2 things. One, to remind all the queer and trans folks and everybody else that prisons are a queer and trans issue. Stonewall was a police riot, okay? If you believe the statistic that 10% of folks are queer and trans, then that means out of the 2.3 million people locked up in prisons and jails across the country today, that's hundreds and thousands of our family members suffering behind bars today. And we can't handle that. That's got to stop right away. So sort of things we do, we run a pen pal program. Go to our website, blackandpink.org, and you can find somebody who's desperate for some correspondence. A lot of queer and trans people are forced to be in solitary confinement 23 hours a day for their protection, okay? Surveys have been done. Transgender women in prisons, because you're placed based on your genitals and not your gender, almost all of them have reported being abused inside. So a prison sentence is the same as an abuse sentence. There's a lot of people who unfortunately commit suicide because they can't handle the conditions they're forced to endure. There's a lot of harassment, abuse of various varieties, and we want to draw the nation's attention to this issue. We don't believe that special prisons are the answers, because you know, if you build a prison, they'll just fill it up. If there's beds, they're just going to get full. We don't support initiatives like hate crimes legislation, because that's going to lead to the reinforcement of the prison industrial complex. So there's a lot of controversy, and we want to make sure that queer and trans politics are not middle and upper class politics, and don't focus on things like marriage, because, hello, there's hundreds of thousands of people in cages across the country. It's a little bit more important. So I really encourage you all to go to our website, get yourself a pen pal. There's some lovely people. We sell their artwork to throw a little money back into their funds. A lot of people are cut off from their family, don't have any support from the outside, so anything that you can do would be quite lovely. So blackandpink.org, and if you wouldn't mind joining me, turn around right over there. Solidarity. Power to the prisoners.
Doug, you should maybe lay down. Go get a shot from the front. Go get grass. Excuse me.
Brothers and sisters, this is a beautiful sight. Beautiful sight. There's one prisoner of many who we can't see, whose name is Tariq Mahana, and his brother Tamer is here. He's just arrived. So I want to ask you to give an especially warm welcome to Tamer Mahana.
Thank you so much, Brian. Thank you, and thank you to the People of Color Working Group and everybody that's here. Can you guys hear me? Yeah. I can yell louder. I got a mic in my throat here.
You're good. Yell enough to your brother.
So my name is Tamer Mahana. I'm Tariq Mahana's brother. Some of you may have heard about Tariq's case, others not. We have a lot of information at freetariq.com. That's spelled Freetarek. My brother has been charged with providing material support to terrorism. He's been charged and convicted. His trial ended on December 20th with a unanimous conviction, despite what was a very, very controversial trial. We're not done fighting for him yet. We're appealing it hard, and we also have a sentencing date that we're looking forward to, which is going to be on April 12th. Somebody may have spoken about that earlier. Layla Murad is one of the individuals that runs the Free Tariq campaign with me. All of this information available at www.freetariq.com. We just launched a new website. It's easy on the eyes. Please don't hesitate to visit. And we have a rally that's going to be coming up on the 25th, which is this coming Saturday. Hopefully the weather is as beautiful as it is today. We're supposed to launch it a couple of weeks ago, but we got snowed out by it. It's really beautiful to see like so many faces here. You know, some that I've seen before, many that I have not. I prefer also to see many that we have not, because these issues that that we have, they don't just impact, unfortunately, individuals in this prison over here. Although I'm glad that they can actually see that people care. I mean, these issues span across the nation to the Supermax prison in Colorado, where so many of the individuals that we fight for at the Free Tariq campaign, so many Muslim Americans are sentenced to as enemies of the state. This spans to Guantanamo. This spans even to the secret prisons that are all over the world. We shouldn't just fight for for this closure, because as important as this is, it's a big battle that we have here. It's a big battle, and this is about the rights of people to live like human beings. Right. This is about the right of all of us to live as human beings here. I mean, look at us standing here and the solidarity that we experience. All of us standing next to people that we know and people that we don't know. Imagine how standing next to a stranger can be enough to give you comfort. Now imagine yourself stuck in there without anybody. And it just kind of drives the point home, visit the website that they were just talking about with Black and Pink. Go visit the website, find a pen pal, write to these prisoners, because you have no idea how much difference each of you can make in somebody's life. Even one letter is one more reminder to these individuals that they're not forgotten by the world. When you're out here, you can make a phone call, and when somebody picks up, you matter to somebody. In there, how are you going to do it? you know, let's keep it, you know, let's keep it real with these people. Let's make sure that they know that we are thinking of them, because, you know, as important as everything that we do out here by showing up at these rallies is, this is only the beginning. This is not the culmination of why we care about these issues. We care about these issues because there's human beings that need help, and like, it's beautiful to see all of you out here, and, you know, let's get to writing these letters. That said, the Free Tariq campaign has, we're kind of ambitious with the letter writing campaigns here. We have 3 letter writing campaigns. You know, take your pick. Can you guys still hear me okay? Can you hear me okay? All right. We have a campaign to write letters to Tariq. We have a campaign to write letters to the U.S. Attorney. And we have a campaign to write letter to Judge O'Toole. Now, you can find the details for that on freetariq.com. It's a lot simpler than it sounds. 3 letters sounds like a lot of work. We provide all the instructions. We even provide ways for people to... Can you hear me? Yep. We even provide ways for people to, you know, examples for how people can write those letters, and all of this again approved by the attorneys. But like, you know, here we would like to provide, you know, you individuals of conscience with a way that you can actually move forward directly in helping to make a difference in somebody's life. We've been struggling on Tariq's behalf for 2.5 years. 2.5 years that he's been in solitary confinement. He was arrested in 2008 and then again in 2009. And since 2009, October 2009, Tariq has been held in solitary confinement despite the fact that his trial was only about a month and a half ago. I'm not going to get into the details of the trial because, unfortunately, thanks to our friends in the government, it's become so muddled and confusing that, like, I can't possibly do justice to it in 15 minutes speaking to you. That's why we have the website. You know, anybody who has any questions about it, they can go on the website and they can contact myself or anybody at the Free Tariq campaign. We have contact information up there for anybody with questions. But, you know, please visit the website, hit the red banner. Visit the website, hit the red banner. The red banner has the instructions for writing the letters. We need as many people as possible because a young man faces the possibility of life in prison without parole, more than likely in a supermax prison in the middle of Florence, Colorado. Like, we can keep this from happening. We can keep this from happening. The letters to Carmen Ortiz are intended to urge her to recommend a fair sentence. It's a long shot with her. But, like, let's urge her to write a fair sentence because, you know, this individual did not do anything. 6 informants in the case against him, 6 informants did all of the things that the government's accusing him of doing. But these informants were rewarded with immunity and with fat paychecks and new cars, while my brother is the one who's going to be locked away in prison for doing nothing. So please, we urge everybody who's here, if you can, visit the website. It'll only take you a couple of moments. Hit the red banner. It says click here for letter writing instructions, and let's get this moving. We need as many people as possible. Here's your chance to help individuals like these ones who are right up here. So thank you very much, and I'm just gonna hand the mic off real quick to my mother has joined me. We've finally gotten her in the circuit of protests here. So
hi. So good to see you all and to be here talking to you. I just, you know, I'm not prepared to talk, and I just wanted to talk as a mother. You know, my son is in a solitary for 3 years now. I haven't held him. I haven't touched him. I wasn't able to even come near him. You know, I wasn't allowed. He didn't do anything, you know, to be in this condition, and he had a strong belief. He didn't want to do the wrong thing. He wanted to do the right thing, and that's what he's punished for. And who knows, I'm not going to be able to touch him for the rest of my life, you know, if he faces life in prison. I hope it wouldn't happen, because he's my life. You know, he's everything to me. You know, I worked very hard to raise him as a very good young man. And that's all. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you for even, you know, thinking about Tariq. Thank you.
Give it up for my mother. This was her first speaking. Thank you so much to everybody. Thank you, and I look forward to seeing your faces again at other events. And please visit the website. Thank you again.
Hey, hey, ho, ho. Islamophobia's got to go. 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 Hey, hey, say what? Islamophobia's got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. 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 Woo! So we have one more speaker. Speaking on the topic of friends and relatives of prisoners that we just left off with, please put your hands together for one warm welcome for Mr. Harold Adams.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here, and it's gratifying to see all of the people here who are struggling. I represent the Committee of Friends and Relatives of Prisoners. We're an all-volunteer membership association of people who have loved ones in prison. We accept no government funds. We take no money with any strings attached. And we have a benefit program that includes free transportation for families to visit. We have a hospitality host program where we put families up overnight for several days if they travel from out of state, so they don't have to pay for a hotel or motel, and they can visit their loved ones in prisons. We do information and referral. We've saved people from losing their homes. We have access to free legal advice, and the purpose of all of this is to organize to take this system down. Yeah. It's to organize to stop the government from shifting the cost of prisons to friends and relatives of prisoners and to the 99% in general through the prison industrial complex. You know, right now we've been dealing with the fighting the 3 strikes bill in Massachusetts. We've also been fighting Global Tel-Link and Evercom, who collected $45 million from poor people in 4 years for collecting prepaid phone calls. They kicked back $16 million in commissions to the state. The same state that sets the rates on the one hand, they get commissions on the other hand. So the higher they set the rates, the more money they pocket. They've got prisoners working for Timberland, for Adidas, for Izod, for Jersey, making clothes for 50 cents an hour. They've got federal prisoners making parts for the Patriot missile and for Cobra helicopters. So the reason behind this whole thing is about money. Slavery is about money. Racism is about money. It's about the prison industrial complex. And we have a plan to take that complex down. It can be taken down in 36 months if we follow that plan. So we want to ask people to join us in some of the tactics that we're doing. There's a petition right now before the Department of Telecommunications and Cable where they illegally set the rates for Global Tel-Link and Evercom. There's going to be a hearing. We're going to challenge the authority of that commission to sit because they are a state agency that receives money. So they're not impartial, and constitutionally they have no authority to sit. So we're going to ask people to join us in that fight. Our phone number is 617-267-1024. We're at 418 Mass Ave. Please see me. I'll take any information and we'll get in touch with you. But we have a big fight on our hands, and we're going to win. We're going to take this system down, and it's a pleasure to see all these folks out here. So please get in touch with us, and we're going to mobilize and organize. We're not going to mourn, but we're going to organize. Thank you.
Take the system down.
Take the system down.
Take the system down. Take the system down.
Take the system down.
Take the system down. Take the system down.
take the system
So,
down.
brothers and sisters, before I hand it off to Jimmy to close us out, I just wanted to make 2 quick announcements about upcoming actions that you can participate in to build on the momentum that we have gathered here today. Number 1 is an event this Thursday, 7:30 p.m. at the community church. It's a film screening about a film called 3,000 Years in Life, which basically talks about when the prisoners ran Walpole, this uprising and sort of rebellion in which prisoners themselves basically took the struggle forward for their own rights and for their own liberation. The film is this Thursday, 7:30 p.m. At the community church. And if folks need a flyer, there's a gentleman right here who's waving his hand. He has flyers about that event this Thursday. Second announcement I wanted to make, just to build on one that came earlier, was this coming Saturday, the 25th. There's a rally for Tariq Mahana on the Boston Common. It's this Saturday, February 25th at 2 p.m. If you want more information, you can go to freetariq.com, which has a lot of information about Tariq's case and about the rally this Saturday. So those are 2 ways you can plug in the next week, and we hope to build some more momentum beyond that and come back here and see this side and see the prisoners on the other side of the prison and other prisons and other kinds of events. So thank you for coming out today. I'm going to pass it off to Jimmy to close us out.
Mic check.
Mic check.
We are
the
99%.
99%.
Occupy your heart and your mind will follow.
Occupy your heart and your mind will follow.
Occupy for prisoners and they'll be free.
Occupy for prisoners and they'll be free.
Take a look around who we are. Take a moment. I want to thank the People of Color Working Group.
Yes.
I want to thank Londo for his excellent sign making. I want to thank all you came out here and stood out in the cold in solidarity with the prisoners. Go home in peace and go home safely. Thank you.
Someday we'll live in a world without prisons.
There were no prisoners, and now they will come again. Yeah, right.